All right. Well, it looks like I am live. Happy Friday, everyone. Dan here again for our Mindfulness Fridays. I hope you're all doing really well. Um, it's been a tough road, but I think we've started to, I don't want to say hit a stride, but I think we're definitely moving in the right direction. With that being said, I wanted to talk a little bit about a topic that's pretty prevalent right now, and I've had my own issues with it, and that's anxiety. Um, Anxiety is all over the place right now. People that have struggled with anxiety frequently, that they're having bouts of it. People that don't generally have anxiety are experiencing anxiety right now too. So it's been a big time for that. So when we talk about mindfulness and meditation, those are some things that can really help out with anxiety. So I just got a quick one for you guys here today. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes just talking about anxiety, and then I'm going to play a guided meditation that's geared towards relieving anxiety. So, yeah, won't be on too long today, but hopefully this will be helpful. So, with that said, I am going to get started. Let's see. All right, so I've looked up a definition of anxiety, and one of them that I saw that I kind of liked went like this: anxiety is a normal and often healthy emotion. However, when a person regularly feels disproportionate levels of anxiety, it might become a medical diagnosis or a medical disorder. Anxiety disorders form a category of mental health diagnoses that lead to excessive nervousness, fear, apprehension, and worry. Definitely feelings that all of us feel at one time or another. We're human beings. But unfortunately, some people, suffer from a little worse than others. And during this time with the pandemic going around, it's very prevalent. So, you know, it's important to talk about and come up with ways to try to lessen, the effects of it. And unfortunately, sometimes when we're experiencing negative feelings and emotions, that can lead us into making poor decisions, self-destructive behaviors, that sort of things. So hopefully we get to a point where you're going to experience the feeling, but hopefully the way you respond to it can be in a more healthy way. Um, so let's see. There's 6 types of anxieties um, that are diagnosed. And, it's kind of tough because a person may fit into one category, or they may fit into several categories. There's overlap. So it's not an exact thing. A lot with diagnoses there's a lot of guessing involved and process of elimination and things like that. But let's see. I just want to check and make sure. Okay, everything looks to be going good. All right, so the first type of anxiety disorder is pretty simple description. Generalized anxiety disorder, GAD. That pretty much sounds, or is exactly what it sounds like. It's a generalized form of anxiety. It may fit into some of the other categories that you see here, but generally that's diagnosed when you can't really pinpoint exactly what's going on, but there seems to be a lot of anxiety, with the person. Second one, social anxiety. That's a very familiar one, and again, that is exactly what it sounds like too. Someone, that has anxiety in social situations. It may even kind of overlap with the phobias, the specific phobias. I believe agoraphobia is the fear of like going outside and being around others. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But see how there's some overlap there. Phobias are something we're all very familiar with. Some of them are reasonable. My sister has arachnophobia, which is fear of spiders, but that pretty much is developed because she was bitten by a spider when she was younger, and she had a nasty blood infection from it. So now she's just terrified of spiders. People can be afraid of heights, social things as we discussed, snakes. It's endless, really. some of them may seem like ridiculous to people and be like, how can you be afraid of that? But that's what makes it a disorder, is that sometimes there is no logic behind it. It just unfortunately is. Panic disorder is another one that's characterized by very, very bad panic attacks. Now, I think we can all have some panic attacks sometimes, but a panic disorder is really debilitating. OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. I know a lot of people like to, say, oh, I'm so OCD because, I'm always, cleaning up, or I can't stop washing my hands. But that's not exactly what that disorder is. It's to the point where the person's life is being disrupted. I'm not going to go into details on it, but it's. I think sometimes we kind of, we're, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like hyperbola. We kind of say it, but it's not really what it means. But OCD is a very debilitating anxiety disorder. The final one is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. That's a horrible thing. And contrary to what some people may think, it doesn't just mean someone that's experienced something traumatic to them. Obviously, that's going to be the case. But it could also be from witnessing something traumatic. It's a lot more complex than just what the surface looks like. I've worked with young ladies with PTSD in the past, and it's so horrible to see some of the things with flashbacks, and I don't even want to get into details on it because it's just so horrible. My heart goes out to any of you with PTSD. It's so tough. I know a classic example you hear about is somebody that goes away and they're at war and they see some horrific things at war, and they come back, and they used to call it being shell shocked, and there's other terms as well, but just a really, really awful thing to have to go through. But yeah, I just wanted to give a couple little examples of that. The next thing is, if you are dealing with this sort of thing, and it doesn't have to be, these are really excessive types of cases. I mean, everybody has some anxiety in their life. And like I said before, especially now with the way the world is. So how do we deal with that? I'd suggest if you're someone that has debilitating anxiety, you should definitely, seek treatment, see a counselor, that sort of thing. Definitely reach out to any type of services you can. But then also you can work in some of these other things that we talked about. If you're able to kind of work on it, this is where the mindfulness and the meditation stuff comes in. I did forget to mention, this is obvious, but also seeing a doctor about possible medication if you're someone that suffers from debilitating anxiety. That doesn't really need to be said, but that is part of it. Let me see here. So there's a lot of different types of meditation and mindfulness, and we've talked about some of them in the last couple of weeks. Sometimes just acknowledging the feeling, enables you to move to the next step and try to do something about it. So for me, really focusing on the breathing is one of the best ways for me to get myself grounded and try to work away at some of that anxiety. In the moment, it's difficult, and it is so much easier said than done. But the more you practice at it, the easier it does become. Let's see. The other thing too is, and this is the thing I'm going to put up next, is guided meditations. It can be very helpful. Sometimes when you're just trying to sit meditating on your own, sometimes you get lost in your own head and you lose your focus. And you're, oh, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Like I said before, there's no right way or wrong way. You really can tailor it to what your needs are. But a guided meditation can definitely help, and I have one that I'm gonna play in a couple of minutes. I don't think it's too long. I think it's around 12 minutes long or whatnot. But the nice thing about it is, someone else is there doing the talking, so you can just sit there and just be in the moment and breathe and just follow along with what the person's saying. I find them to be quite helpful. Not all of them work great for me. I know there's definitely certain ones that are better than others. I mentioned last week that the body scan. I'm not really big on that one personally, but I know many people that it's definitely helped for. The one I pulled from YouTube today is specifically geared towards anxiety. So hopefully that'll be helpful. But I am going to put that up in just a second. All right. Okay. Hopefully this works. I did a test run with it and it seemed to be working before, but
Anxiety release.
all right. So I'm gonna let this play now.
Begin
For
by
anyone that
sitting in a
wants
comfortable position.
to go
Let your
along.
palms rest comfortably in your lap. And softly close your eyes. Allow all of your awareness to be on your breath right now. Paying attention to how the air is flowing in and out. Allow yourself to be very intentional with your breath by engaging your lower abdomen, letting it expand fully on every inhale and contract on every exhale. Allow your chest to remain in a relatively neutral position. Stomach expands on every inhale and contracts on every exhale. Let each breath be long and slow. As you allow your chest to stay in a relatively neutral position. And as you breathe this way, you send signals to your body that you are safe. It is okay to feel whatever you feel. Continue to breathe slowly and gently. Stomach fully expanding on every inhale, while your chest remains calm. And stomach contracting on every exhale. And as you breathe this way, allow yourself to simply listen to these words. You are safe. You are allowed to feel whatever it is you are feeling. Allow yourself to notice where your emotion lives. Keep breathing through your abdomen, slowly and deeply. And as you acknowledge your emotion, as you acknowledge whatever physical feeling it causes, whatever mental, emotional reaction you have to it, simply say to this feeling and to yourself, it's okay. I love and accept you, even when you're experiencing this emotion. I allow myself to experience emotions, and I recognize that they do not define me. I am able to simply observe them with love, to honor them and respect them. As I breathe this way, I let my feeling exist. At the same time that I feel peaceful. And it helps me recognize that I am capable of honoring my emotions while remaining calm. The beautiful thing about this practice is that I give myself the gift of feeling all that I feel. Without letting it take over. On your next inhale, really allow your stomach to fully expand even more. Ribcage and chest remaining relatively neutral. And contract as you exhale. Notice how soothing this breath is. And as you soothe yourself with this breath, and as you lovingly allow yourself to feel, you begin to notice your emotions feeling lighter. As you continue to give yourself love and acceptance for whatever it is you are going through. When you allow yourself to feel instead of running away from it or acting like it isn't there, you give yourself the chance to love and accept your emotion, which in turn allows your emotion to release. You are safe here. And you are doing beautiful work. Begin to feel appreciation towards yourself for showing up for this. Saying thank you out loud or in your mind to yourself. And as you do this, you begin to feel even lighter, even freer. You feel more ready for your day because you know that you can love and accept yourself no matter what it is you are feeling. You begin to imagine a blanket of white light wrapping around you, comforting you. Throughout the course of the day, allow yourself to continue to see this blanket of white light around you, soothing you, giving you comfort. Continually allow yourself today to accept your emotions with love so that they are free to move through you gently as they release. And you are free to return to love and appreciation. And when you're ready, allow yourself to very slowly bring your awareness to the room around you, opening your eyes whenever it feels right to you.
Welcome, dear one. I've been eagerly awaiting.
All right, so I actually found that one to be quite helpful. I was following along with it while it was playing, and I kind of just zoned out for a couple minutes. So, yeah, those kind of guided meditations I find to be quite helpful. There's plenty of other things that we can also do to manage anxiety. I was going to put some stuff up on the screen, but I think instead I'm just going to just briefly just list a couple. Okay, so the list I had was, some coping strategies for dealing with anxiety. So take a time out, eat well-balanced meals, limit alcohol and caffeine, get enough sleep, exercise daily. I'm guilty in that on that one. Take deep breaths, count to 10 slowly, accept that you cannot control everything, welcome humor, take the time to joke around sometimes. Try to maintain a positive attitude. Learn what triggers your anxiety so that if you know certain things are going to make you anxious, if possible, just try to avoid those things. And they could be other people, they could be places, they could be objects. But talk to somebody, if you're feeling that way. You don't have to go through it alone. There's plenty of people out there that are able to help. This other little section I found on this website has some fitness tips to stay healthy and manage stress. Talk about going for a jog or walk or biking or even dancing. Set small daily goals. I think I mentioned something about that a week or two ago where I said write down even how small of an accomplishment they are. Just write them down, and then you're able to cross them off the list. Then you actually start to get yourself to feel motivated. Even if they're small things, just being able to say, yes, I completed this is a really good way to go about it. Distract yourself, Music is a big one for me. I I love music and all kinds of music, but I listen to a lot of meditation music. Sometimes I'll put on my headphones and listen to, oh god, just, binaural beats or um, isochronic tones, those sort of things. I find really helpful. Try to recruit an exercise buddy or someone that you could hang out with to to help you get through it. Sometimes it's tough to go at it on your own. You know, running by yourself doesn't sound like so much fun, but if you have someone with you, it's not so bad. Be patient though, most of all. Whenever you start, a new kind of program, um, it takes, they say, 4 to 8 weeks for you to start to see some real results. So just be patient and you'll get there. But that's pretty much all I have for today. I knew it was going to be a short one. Um, I hope everyone is doing really well. I know with the warmer weather coming, that hopefully kind of will lift the spirits of a lot of people. I know it does for me. But try to enjoy your weekend. Um, I miss all you guys. I can't wait till we can all see each other again. Um, but in the meantime, we're just gonna keep on keeping on, as silly as that sounds. So I hope you all have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon.